Women up. Women up.
Woman up.
Women up. Women up. And me say W to the O to the M-A-N. The woman up show fi empower women. A safe space to learn and to dream big. Fi know your word and remind you is a big thing. On News Talk 93 FM is a Sheba Cornwall, the energy queen. Creating a community for all the queens. We fix up your crown when it start to lean. We fix up your crown when it start to lean. We fix up your crown when it start to lean. Creating a community for all the queens. We fix up your crown when it start to lean. Let's women up, women up, the woman up show for you. Women up, women up, women up, the woman up show for you. Women up, let's women up, cause we're full of strength. Women up, more confidence. Woman be independent. You're right. Women up, women up.
Welcome, one and all, to Woman Up. We are here on News Talk 93 FM and, of course, on YouTube. My name is Aishiba Cornwall. I'm the host for Woman Up, and I'm feeling so good. It is Wednesday. You always know it's a vibe on a Wednesday for me, like people, I could not be feeling good for the entire day. But when it comes to Wednesday and when it comes to Woman Up time, I'm feeling great. So, for all of those who are new to Woman Up, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for spending your Wednesday here with us. Thank you for just being here. And for all those who have been here with us, who have, stuck around from the very first time till now, people who have come up along the way, thank you so much for sticking and staying with us. I let out a heavy sigh a while ago because I'm thinking about Woman Up, and I'm thinking about the fact that it's almost 1 year since Woman Up is on the radio, people. And I'm thinking about just being almost 1 year old, where we've created a community of young women where we're helping, we're educating them to just be them best selves, yeah? And to just navigate womanhood with all the confidence, and I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling so happy. And yeah, like right now with me I have Chanel, and for those of you who don't know, Chanel is my producer. And for the people who are streaming on YouTube, I'm just gonna add her to the stream right now. Hi Chanel, how are you?
Hi. I'm okay. I'm a little tired. But as you said, once the live stream starts, once it's time for Woman Up, we are ready. The vibes just coming same time.
Period.
Period.
It's so good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in such a long time.
True.
I feel like every week we come and I said the same thing. But it's so true. I feel like but it is true though. I've only been seeing you through like a screen and hearing you. So like,
we need to have our team bridge. Period.
No, seriously, quite frankly. But Chanel, today's show is going to be interesting. I know you want to show you from a long time and it's finally time. But just before we go into what exactly we're gonna be talking about and that kind of vibe, I just want to do a little check in. Like I know you say you're tired, but like what's been happening? What keep
check in, girl.
Yeah, more we need to do a check in.
Well, where do I start? I'm just tired.
Have you been well mentally? All right, other than being tired, are you good mentally?
My toxic trait is blocking out everything and just going through the motions, doing what I need to do. So, to be honest, I do not know how I am mentally. I feel like that's such an awful place to be, but that's where I am. I'm just there, girl. That's something really, really bad.
I mean,
going through that though, I feel like that's something we should talk about. If you're not happy, you're not sad, you're just
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think it's good that you're aware though, because I feel like a lot of people are in the same state, but they aren't aware that they're in that state. So it's good that you at least know. But I feel like we seriously need to talk and find out, about why is it that and I realize a lot of young people too. It's just that we're not happy. We're not really sad. We just literally dead them. I need to understand. Somebody need to study what dead them mean.
One or the other. Is it like me, somebody who been under this life thing for a very long time, to check in and tell me, oh, we're actually supposed to go through this life thing because if I'm not doing it right, I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Because at the same time, I'm happy that I'm in this little space because there is so much going on right now in Jamaica to be sad,
Yes,
mad
yes,
about. So the fact
yes.
that I'm not mad is a good thing, but also I wish I was happy. You know what I mean? It's just a weird space to be in. But how are you?
I first of all, I'm a little sick. Let me put that out there. And yeah, I'm trying to work on that. I'm a little
Do
sick.
not get me sick.
Girl. I can't bother with that right now. May I try and work on it. This is seriously a thing because me get sick maybe like a couple days ago, and I took like one pill, and like that's it. Like I did nothing, and I am doing nothing to help it. I know that is not a good place to be at. But why do I have this mindset to be like, it's too Passover? That I know that's not a good thing. That's
Yeah,
not a
because
good
you drink
thing.
like a tea.
Eh?
You know, do you drink like a tea?
I drink tea and eat
Oh
food.
well, yeah, do something then. Yeah, do something then. Tea is the answer. Hello,
As a Jamaican.
as a Jamaican, tea is the answer. Tea is the
Girl,
answer.
but quite literally, other than being sick, I'm mentally drained, girl. Why did look here? We need to have a whole conversation. One about this whole transition from university space to the real world to the working world. That even that process in trying to get a job, somebody gotta talk about it. Somebody need to talk about it. Cause why didn't y'all tell me? Why didn't y'all tell me I'd be feeling
Nobody
this
said you're
way?
gonna get rejection after rejection after rejection. It seemed like you just apply and boom, a job.
I'm
Period. Dropping on your lap. Like you're not even have to apply.
Chanel.
Somebody should
We
have said
need
it.
Chanel, we need to have a show. I'm so serious, dedicated to talking
Mm,
about all the because one of the things that I do, I journal a lot. Since I finished school and thing, I'm half the time I journal a lot, and all of this emotion when me I feel and everything, me I fear write it down, come me and say hello.
you
And
need
I
a
know I'm not the only one who is going through it. I remember doing a little, what do I call it? One little reel one day on Instagram, just showcasing what I was doing for a specific day. That was like one day out of all of the days that I actually had to go on the road and get some stuff done. And in the real me, I said, boy, people no couldn't tell me say so life did I go stay after school because I'm not in a full time job right now. I'm doing just like a bag of part time things. But and although it's fun and everything, it's kind of not having that certainty. When you're in a full time job, say every month a paycheck of you come in or whatever. But
yeah.
when that's not the case, girl, it stresses you out, man. It has stressed me out. I don't know what to do. And I've gotten some offers, but it's just that it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem that it fits. And I'm not the type of person who are gonna jump in a no job just because me need something now and whatever. I have the other part time stuff going on so I can sustain myself for now, but I genuinely believe in doing things that you love people. Because why am I going to one job with me eat? For what reason? No, because for what reason? I'm not doing
At
it.
least you have that luxury. Some people don't have that luxury at all. They have to take what come along. So that's even another layer to the conversation. I mean,
That
on
is
top of
very true.
that is me who I'm doing, and well, it's not even a 9 to 5. This is a 8 to 5, 8 to 5, and that's not including the commute. And girl, I am
Mm-mm.
struggling. Like I am so tired. Like drained, y'all, drained. Somebody should
Uh,
have said that this 8 to 5 business is not like going to school.
mm-hmm.
Very, very much. And it's not even like I'm doing something that is incredibly taxing. I mean, when outside I break on them some of the people, but when I get home, even in the days, during the days, a piece of tiredness just knock me over. Lord, we need to talk about it for real.
We seriously need to, and to just figure it out. I know everybody's journey is gonna definitely be different.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, some people really don't have the luxury for real. And I'm happy to be able to have those part times because people obviously if me dey have a part time then best believe me they have to go take whatever come my way. You understand? But I mean, from my perspective, I just really don't want. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be unhappy with something that I'm doing every day. I don't want it. You get me?
I
But
think that's the difference with our generation and why older generations look at us in a particular way, because how dare
yeah.
you say you want to be happy? How dare you put that first? How dare you? So there's so many layers to that conversation, but as per usual, woman up, I forgot to tackle it. Well, I forgot to tackle it.
As per yes, as per usual, and I agree,
As per
and I
usual.
agree. So first of all, like just moving on now from all of this, what we're going to be talking about, dear listeners, is something called maintenance.
I mean,
And
enough.
I
The
just
people
put
can
this
get
out there. Chanel come up with that topic here because let me tell you the story. We were at the studio and I don't know, I walked into the studio and I saw Chanel and Chantal talking. I'm gonna hear something about maintenance. Something so I'm not talking about personal hygiene. And the both of them kind of laugh off at me because they said, no, girl.
girl. We
Yes,
did not
you
laugh
did.
at you. We did not
Yes,
laugh
you
at
did
you.
laugh. You
We lovingly corrected you. We didn't laugh. Don't tell these people that.
they lovingly corrected me. And it was a different kind of maintenance. Just talking about, for example, the amount of, for example, the time, the effort, the money that you put into maintaining yourself. When we talk about maintenance, your hair, maybe clothes, skincare, whatever the case may be. So we're going to talk about it because this is something that I've always been seeing in terms of having the discourse on Twitter. And say, over this, all of the things them go on, um, where people would say, oh, you have spend 40 grand on your hair alone. Oh, you have
Oh, you
my
feel
out about 40 grand, 150 grand on the hair. I USD me there thought that's why it's fine.
yeah.
But yeah, for real though. But Chanel, what do you think about the just the topic on a whole overall, and why do you think it's important that we need to have that conversation here right now?
Well, for one, it's a relevant conversation. I mean, coming out of the pandemic, I think everybody was looking for ways to spruce up their life, to have that fun, take care of themselves. I mean, once you slow down, you realize you really are just on go, go, go. I mean, we just finished talking about the 9 to 5 business where you get up, go work, come home, do it over and over again. And so I think a lot of people are looking for ways to take care of themselves in the name of self love, do things to relax, do things to unwind, spend time with themselves. And so a lot of the things that we consider maintenance came about for a lot of people in that way. And then when we're in the pandemic too, everybody was showing you a piece of their life, and you're seeing how this person does their upkeep, this person doesn't do upkeep, why they don't do upkeep. And so it was a relevant conversation for us to have. I mean, Woman Up is that space where we want to help young women navigate the space, navigate themselves, find themselves. And so for that reason, it was important to have. But maintenance on a whole, girl, as the topic is tonight, but not what maintain it, my love, is
So look here,
big.
before we go into the very interesting show that will be ahead. People trust me, it's gonna be so interesting. First of all, like based on you and what you think, what do you believe maintenance is in
Maintenance for
this
me
context?
is self-care. Maintenance for me is literally self-care. So I don't do what everybody else does for maintenance. I mean, I have this some of the same things, so like my hair, my nails, but I'm not spending as much as other people. But there are other things that I'm doing that maybe somebody wouldn't consider maintenance. So like I think it sounds a little shaky, y'all. But on a Sunday reading my book, that's maintenance for me because I'm taking time to just relax, unwind. uh doing my nails. As much as people say, well, girl, nails is not even that big of a deal anymore. That's maintenance for me. I really wanted Chantal to be here tonight, y'all, so she could tell you what maintenance is, because her take is wildly different. Chantal say people maintain to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to look good, feel good.
I mean, is she lying though?
She not,
That's the
she not.
question.
She not. Some people are maintaining just to keep up with the Joneses or to impress other people. Maintenance for me is
Mm-hmm.
just pouring into myself so that life is not as dreary and I don't look as tired as I feel. I mean, look at these bags under my eyes. If I was maintaining right, then I wouldn't have those. You know what I mean? But what's maintenance for you? Do
Yeah,
you
it's very
maintain?
interesting that you ask it back because I don't know if it's how me did grow up or something, but like maintenance wasn't really in the context that we're talking about right now. It
Mhm.
wasn't really something that was like always talked about in my household in a sense. So even me going to do my hair, I wouldn't necessarily did consider it maintenance. It was just, oh, me I gotta do my ear. Just because my ear I forget done. If you get what me I say. So it wasn't really something that my meds are pre, but looking at it now, I think I agree with you where it's considered like just self-care and taking care of you. And the truth is people do that sort of stuff for many different reasons. So you can do it just because it is like a part of your lifestyle. It's a part of your routine. This is what you do. But as you say, as where Chantal did say when you know you guys were having that conversation, it could be people just want to keep up with all of the niceness on social and new hairstyle come out. You know, I forgot get this a new area just because I'm have
You
to
see
show
how them
people
put
say
the
I can do
braids,
this.
the butterfly in the braids. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
some people don't really even like the butterfly, but it's a pop right now, so I have to
Exactly.
go link my Anderson to learn for putting some butterfly. So people do maintain for those reasons. I mean, also you have the additional layer when we're women to maintain because we want to please a man, but
Ooh, that
yeah, we're not
what
maintaining
what
because
you think about that aspect, the girl? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
I mean, to each his own, you know, to each his own. If you want to maintain for the man, my love, do that. I'm not stop your girl. Live your best life. But me personally, if it's not something that I enjoy doing, I'm not gonna do it. So I am an avid TikTok scroller at this point. Dep on TikTok like I mean, I have nothing else to do. And I saw this video where a lady was saying she hates to get waxes. She hates to do her hair removal treatment. She doesn't like it at all. It's very painful. It's very expensive, and she does it religiously because her spouse likes that. Girl,
Okay.
no, I would
I
never. If
mean,
you see these men waxing for you, come on.
maybe I feel like I can understand from some women's perspective if you have a husband and they I don't know, maybe prefer certain things or for example, suppose you go forgot actually do your hair. And you know, you say, you know, which one of these would you like? I mean, I feel like maybe it's not a big deal sometimes to if they say, you know, I like this one or I prefer this one and so
But
on.
he who pays for it, speak on it. If you're
And
not
suppose
paying
him
for
a
it,
pay fees. And
then
suppose
maybe
him a
you
pay
can
fees.
then you can pick the style, you can pick the color. If you are happy, then okay. But when I'm maintaining it, I don't want to hear your opinion.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay,
That's just me.
ma'am.
That's just me.
And
In
that's
my
fine. And that's
humble
fine.
opinion.
Look here, to be honest, everybody who know me know this. Like Chanel, you should know this. But like when it comes down to certain things, like do you boo? Like to me, like me not really have a lot of opinions on certain things because to me, I feel like say we are big people and anything you want to do, you do. Like
Period.
quite literally, that's just it for me.
What's
You
that
get me?
mean? We're all big people. I have to do what I have to do.
Oh
Period.
my God, we should put that on a shirt or something.
I would wear it. I would wear it. I would show Muda wear it. Muda wear it.
No,
So
but
like I don't even understand the whole discourse where somebody says she spent. Well, I don't know what she said she was spending, but for argument's sake, let's say she said she was spending $100,000. People in uproar. That's how are you spending 100K? I don't care. She could have spent millions. That's your business. Me not
Because the
spending
fear money
$200.
or which part ever it a come from. But
Exactly.
I think what we kind of have, and I want to say as a responsibility based
Mhm.
on our show and what we're trying to do at Woman Up, I think we're trying to have the conversation to see if even with that situation with that girl, like, is that good? Is that okay? Because for young women growing up, if we have an 18-year-old who you just a done six form, but never think you done six form, you just a done lower six, I got upper six now, and you're seeing all of these things. You have woman where 100 grand with here and whatever. You know, I do a little part time job or something, and you're able to make that money. Is it okay for you to use that money to just go splurge it on yourself, on your hair, your nails and thing, and for example not save, that money, or we need to have that conversation as young women growing up, because we live in a society where as soon as we get money, and I'm not saying this is everybody, as soon as we get money, it done already, because we don't know where to spend it on. We have this instant gratification thing about us. You get me? And I think that's where the conversation now comes in on Woman Up. Is this okay? So we do agree. So people do what you want to do, But for us now who are trying to help young women navigate womanhood,
What do you mean? Is
how
it
this
okay?
work. Hmm?
What do you mean, is it okay? Is it okay to maintain or to spend money on certain things? That's what we're
No,
asking.
no, no. No, for I think at this point it's the amount of money that you're spending on certain things.
My position. You know my position already, and I've made it clear 100 million times. Know your own pocket, know your own life. You cannot, as Chantal would say, you cannot keep up with the Joneses people. You have to know your own circumstance, because the reality is these people are not going to be on social media telling you, oh, I just saved $5 million. They're not going to be there saying, some of Brook and Poppers after I spend all of this money on this. They're not going to tell you, I spent this on this, but I also have this revenue coming in. You don't know where they're getting their money from either. So my philosophy has always been, yes, it's nice for them to do it, but what can I afford? Do not think that you have to do what they are doing. If you want and if you
Hmm.
can, if you have the means, we don't know for to live. But I mean,
No,
if
I,
you
I
want to spend,
totally
you want
get
to
you.
spend life I to live.
It's the life of a little weed, and guess what? It's so interesting because that's just the mindset I have, bro. Like, oh my god, my mindset on certain things have, like, I feel like they've just changed over, like, literally the course of months, because I've been realizing certain things. Like, bro, oh my god, even when thing, and just like sidetracking from maintenance for a while, but when I sit down and I think about our life as young people, people are always telling us save, ensure that you live a good life. What if you have children and you're gonna need to pay for them school fees and pay for all of this? So ensure that you save for a rainy day or for emergency funds, right? And I've been seeing so many of our friends, so many of the young people within our spaces just dying, like out of nowhere, just dying, and they aren't here anymore. And what's all that saving and not enjoying
Yeah,
it, not enjoying your life and all of them something there, all of that just like gone.
I'm not saying don't save, but that, as well as I refuse personally to just be sleep, work, home. I refuse. I can't do it. I need, for my own sanity and for my own peace. I mean, it's one life I get to live. I would like to at least be able to say, you know what? I was happy. I did things that made me happy, even if it may not be the smartest thing to do. But at the same time, though, you just have to balance it out, girl. But life have to live. It have to
No,
live.
I agree. And for any like younger girls that are listening, like, I've been through it where I've been the perfect student,
Mm-hmm.
the perfect granddaughter, because I'm a granny growing me, and thing, just trying to go to school, get everything right. You understand me? And looking back at my high school years, it's not like me a complain, but me I say, man, I should have gone out some more. I should have experienced things some more. Like, no, quite
That's what you
literally.
should
Me never go none of the me never go none of the fear them. Me never go none of the nothing just in a me yard, come home, study, sleep, go school the next day. Like I really when me did reach UE and not even first year and the last year at UE me really as step out and me I say, oh wow, this is fun. These new experiences are so nice. You get
hmm
me? So I just want the younger ones to just experience new things.
But at the same time,
And
though, y'all,
no
your
waste of time.
know
No,
your age,
we're not
because you can save some life. I mean, I know I said life I've lived, but there is some there's some enjoyment to being able to experience things in the fullness of it. So I don't know if that even
that
makes any
is
sense.
so true.
But I know for a
That's so
fact if I
true.
was 16 going to like a party or to a concert, there's some things that you're just not supposed to be doing at that age, some things you're not going to be able to do at that age. As opposed to now when I'm an adult where I'm able to go and anything we want, we can do. So live your life now. Have the experiences, the age appropriate experiences. Those are women up to
I'm
live in
glad
the
I'm glad you said the age appropriate part because trust me, when I went to you and I started going to some of those parties, I was like, man, I'm actually glad I'm experiencing this now. I actually told myself that because I don't know, I just feel like it would have different if when I did it in a high school, I did already know wagwan and
yeah,
whatever.
you
Like me just
would have
feel like
still
it would
know
not nice.
it would have still know. I have a friend who she is now she's I was the youngest in my year group. I've always been one of the younger ones. So she was maybe a year or two older than I am. And she's now married with kids. And I think that contributes somewhat to her. And she said it. So, not me putting it forward like it's my own idea. This is what she said to me, y'all. She
Mm-hmm.
said that she believed having all the experiences that I am now having at my age, when she was a teenager, she felt like there was what is next. I mean, I've done all the partying, I've done all the different things that you really, some people leave for adulthood. So now I'm in adulthood, everything's still woman for do. And the next best thing, not that it was a consolation prize to her, but the next thing for her was marriage, kids, and she did that. And there's nothing wrong
Mm-hmm.
with that per se, but there's something to be said about enjoying your 20s on your own, unattached, without all those responsibilities. I mean, if I eat one meal a day and I cannot imagine coming home and having a kid say to me, "Where is my dinner?" I would scream.
I
I would
mean, different strokes for different folks, of course. And if I don't think myself I get married in my 20s or maybe if my 20s late 20s, but
I can't do it. I don't
it's
even know
and
who
that's
I
fine,
am. I don't even know who
girl.
I am. I don't know who I am enough to even give anybody anything. What you mean? So that's another conversation for a different time because a lot of our peers are getting married. A lot of them are getting married, starting their families. And I would love to have a discussion about it. Because personally, I am a
That
child.
that would
I
be
am
a
still,
nice one.
what
That
you
would be
mean
a
when I
nice one to do.
girl, I
But
am
girl,
60,
yes,
not a sidetrack.
are you saying you identify as a 16-year-old?
I identify as a child, yes.
But care about that with you.
When
But
we
yeah, we did sidetrack for a while. We
yeah.
sidetracked for a while ago, and that's fine. At least we got some gems out of it. But let's jump right back on track. Where so we talk about what maintenance is for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing would be is maintenance different from hygiene? Because remember when we walking for the conversation, I thought y'all were talking about hygiene. So is it the same thing? Is it different? What do you think?
It's a little more. It's a little more. I feel like it encompasses hygiene, but it's a little more than just hygiene. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just showering. It's not just ensuring that your body smells right, that you're taking care of your temple. It's a little more than taking care. It's almost, I don't even know what to call that. It's like giving to your body. things that it doesn't really probably need, but you want. So hygiene, I think, is a need, and someone if you realize it's a need, it's a must. Don't have to do it. There's no choice. Please just do. Why are you covering your
I don't
mouth?
know.
Keep it real.
Because why I behave so?
Because on Twitter a couple months ago, as I said, Twitter is like the newspaper
It's
at this
always
point.
Twitter.
A couple months ago, everybody, all these different celebrities and public figures were coming out that they don't bathe. They don't bathe as often. They bathe every Wednesday, not on Woman of Day. They bathe every Wednesday. They bathe every couple days. No, you don't get a choice. Clean your temple. Brush your teeth. Drink some mouthwash. Come on. Be so serious. So it's a little more than hygiene. To come back to the point, it's a little more than hygiene. But for me personally, it includes some of those things. So, for example, I don't know how anybody else was raised, but I was raised with showering regularly. And you would, lather up, bathe, and whatever. And then when I got older, I realized, oh, I saw this technique where you do your bar soap first, then what you call that? Body wash. Then you do your exfoliating with your scrubs. I love a good tea tree hut scrub. Then you do your leave on lotion in the shower. So those little things that you may not have known, it's not necessary all the way, but it takes care of your body. Dry brushing, stuff like that. What do you think? Do you think it's hype? Well, I know what you think, but tell us, girl.
Well, first of all, I thought it was hygiene, whatever, at first. But when I think about it, I do feel like it's a little bit more, as you said. Um, and for me, when I think about a little bit more, it's not even about the physical activity. I feel like it's like just mental as well. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but like when you're doing all of those physical activities or physical things to maintain yourself, I feel like it just makes you feel good. And I feel like that making you feel good aspect of it is a big part of maintenance. I don't know if you
Definitely.
understand what me I put down.
I feel like I understand, girl, but give it again. Give it again.
Yeah, so like maintenance for me, yeah, is like the physical act of going to do your hair, going to do your nails. But I feel like that's not what really makes it maintenance. I feel like what makes it maintenance is how it makes you feel. That's the best way I can put it. It's the way, so that's why I say it's a little bit more than hygiene. Like when you get up, hygiene, you should bathe people. You should brush
Should.
your teeth. You should.
Should.
You must.
Should.
Right? So these are things that you have to do. And when you maintain yourself now, when you do your hair and you do your nails, and for you, yes, the maintenance is even laying down and reading a book. It makes you feel good. It center you. You get me? So it's all of those feelings. I feel like what makes maintenance a little just more than what hygiene is. Like to be honest, I should be a philosopher.
Period. Period.
But
I
that's what I
agree.
mean.
I wholeheartedly agree. And on that point, not everything that you consider to be maintenance or that you do to maintain yourself has to cost you an arm and a leg. There are some things
That
that
part.
are free, simple pleasures. So just an extra 30 minutes in bed, getting up and stretching. I mean, I've started stretching as soon as I get up out of my bed and it is helping some. I feel like it's giving me some added energy. Feel like a shot of coffee, the way it feels nice. Dry brushing is another thing that don't even really cost much. I mean, all you need is brush
What
teeth.
is dry brushing?
It's when you take a brush, so right before your shower, or well, I do it before my shower. I don't know when else other people do it, but you take this brush and you just rub your body with it, and it feels like it is. I can't even really explain the reason or the rationale behind it, but it feels like it's promoting blood flow. I feel super clean after. You just feel lighter and just more refreshed. Maybe that's just my mind though, because maintenance different things for different people. So I feel a little bit more refreshed after I do it. So I don't think it would work for everybody, but it's worth a shot. I mean, reading for me is maintenance. Taking some time to yourself. That could be what you do to maintain. Because it's not just
Mm-hmm.
maintaining, as you rightfully said, your physical, it's maintaining your mental health as well. It's maintaining your peace, your happiness, how you go about life
Mm-hmm.
with a smile on your face. Some people not
Mm-hmm.
maintain, that's why they not smile.
Oh my God. You should put that on a shirt.
Don't speak up. Big bold letters. Yeah.
That is funny.
How
I
about a
agree with
woman of
you.
color's life?
No, it's quite literally we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to at this point. But we did go through like the reasonable amount, for example, on spending on maintenance. We did talk about that a little, but I think we kind of came to the conclusion that whatever you're able to, then do you. There's
You
no
don't
set
have to
price
be
on what you should
what
and
other
shouldn't.
people are doing, guys. I feel like that's the main thing because you see, okay, I love a day in my life TikTok. The
Hmm.
reels, I eat them up every single time. There's something about seeing people go about their lives and like do little things to spruce, just seeing how other people live. Chef's kiss, I love to see it. But you do not need to be doing what everybody else is doing. So there's this girl I follow on TikTok who like she gets up, she goes and she drives to her Starbucks. This is before she even show off, I guess, because I never get to this girl go in the bathroom before she goes to Starbucks. But she goes to her Starbucks, she gets her drink, goes to the gym. That may not be realistic for me. I mean, I don't live where a Starbucks is. Am I gonna drive how much in miles, go get Starbucks and come back? No. You have to be real and rational and do what you can do. And if you can't, hey, that's okay too. There's no sounds so corny. I will put it on a shirt again, but there's no rule book to this life thing. Nobody can hold their feet
Ooh,
until they can do it.
I like that. And one of the things that I think people who get on the internet and cuss out people, oh my God, you spend 500 Jamaican dollar on maintenance a month. Oh my God. One thing we need to understand, sometimes some people they're in other lane, yeah, and sometimes they're over here. So you get me? And the
That is it.
truth is, and I feel like I don't know if it is that people just don't think about it. But do you ever just sit down for a second and think that maybe their lifestyle in itself is just different from yours? Maybe they can afford it. Maybe
Mhm.
this is what they're used to, and so this is what they do. Do you ever sit and think about
Maybe
that?
not even them afford it. That is the next thing. Come out and
That
keep
is
us
the next
busy.
thing as well. That is the next thing as well. And again, we did say this earlier. I just don't want. Let me tell you, I think I'm a normal girl. I'm a normal girl from the inner city. Okay, I don't have $500,000 to get up, and I do hair, nails, all of them something here every month. That is very impractical, and that would, and even if I were to do that and show you that I must borrow money from somebody, my love. I mean not borrow no money from nobody for go do no ear and do no nails. And I'm telling you to say again that these people may be doing these things and you really and truly don't know the money I come from. But I know about Uno, but you is a TikTok girly, Chanel. I'm a TikTok girly as well. And enough time I go up on TikTok and I hear the song, Give Me My Money Back. People who borrow people money. People borrow people money. Hold on there. But I think could not hear what me I say, I scroll on TikTok. I scroll up on TikTok one day and all me hear the song start play. Give me my money back.
You saw the post that TikTok account wanted delinquents?
Yes, the wanted delinquents are people who borrow money from I don't know if agencies or whatever it wanna be. Them borrow the money and them don't pay back. And a lot of these people are they're working at them workplace where them give the people them and thing and them just not pay back the money. You understand? So you don't want but not laugh off of them, you know. I'm just
Manala.
laughing off of but just a laugh off of the fact that you think you need I don't know, maybe you really needed the money. But if you borrow money, my love, you're not gonna pay it back. Go and go pay it back.
But
But
put up on a TikTok page. But
give
that's
me
one
my
example
money
of
back.
people who are stealing. Like you're not even borrowing and getting yourself in debt. You are stealing. And that's why y'all are on the news. That's why y'all are being arrested. Imagine stealing to do your hair and going to jail. Now you're sitting in a jail cell. Hair nice, but you're in
With that,
jail.
no, look here.
Oh,
As me I say to all the woman up girlies, do not catch yourself doing that. Don't let that happen to you. Don't do it. Like, just don't do it. For your own good, not do it. You understand? Me no
you
want
agree
we become.
that know your pockets, know your life.
No,
Hello?
honestly. You just need to, and that's it. That's honestly it. And I think one of the things right here, and it is on the same topic of the money business,
Mm.
where somebody has spent a 500 grand to do them here and thing, is spending that certain, well, is that spending certain amount of money, like, is it a sign of financial irresponsibility or immaturity? I know, I feel like I keep asking the same questions, but the questions are different. Because, okay, you might be able to afford the 500K, but are you being immature for using up a whole 500K just to do your hair, nails, and things? What you think? Why your face looking like that?
I think it is possible that it could be a sign of, well, you said financial irresponsibility. It could be
Mm-hmm.
because, yes, you could get your nails done for 80K, but you could also probably get the same design and the same length done at Sally's. The girl don't name Sally's. She probably named like Ashley. Don't buy Ashley for like $100. So it could be a sign of financial irresponsibility. But as we've said, far be it from me to tell somebody else that don't spend your money on this. If you want to spend your money on that, my girl, I support it. I support, well, not all women. I support most women and their wrongs and their rights. Me personally, I believe in not only spending money on the service, but spending money on convenience. And so I am guilty of, even though I could just go down the road and do it, if it's not convenient, if it's not maybe the safest environment, I'm going to
Ooh.
spend the extra mile or the extra 100 to go somewhere else where I can get, yes, the same service, better service maybe, and in an environment that I'm comfortable in and that is convenient for me. So it depends on the circumstance. But what I don't condone, and again, this was a big discourse on TikTok, what I don't condone is like white brushing everybody who spends on maintenance and says, oh, financial irresponsibility. It depends on the circumstance. That's just the fact of it all. Because somebody could be spending $500,000, but that's nothing to them. They have way more that they've saved, way more that they've invested into something else, and somebody could be spending $5,000 on maintenance, but that's half of what they have, and so that's irresponsible. But
Mm.
I'm not gonna whitewash and say it is or it is not. It could be. It could be. It lives in that gray area. What about you? What do you think?
Look here, first of all, me hear did say something about convenience. We need to have one show up on that too. Because I me alone feel weird when I go in a certain salons and them something there. I feel like me a sidetrack again. But me did just have to talk.
Girl,
Like
sidetrack wouldn't
I
become
there's
TikTok.
no, like there's this energy when I go into certain salons. And I don't know what it is. I'm already an awkward person. Like, I'm an awkward person in public spaces, people. You may not believe me, but this is the truth. So when I go to do my hair and to do my nails, I expect to like feel comfortable. I expect the environment to be inviting, and I don't feel like me coming at your place to mash up the place when it's a service me I come to you for. You get me? So I remember going to this nail salon in Halfway Tree, and I've never been there before. I don't even know how I saw this place, but I think me and my friend, it was actually Kareem. Kareem and I were just in Halfway Tree. I needed to get my nails done, and him say, "All right, man, we just look at whatever is there." So I think we walked into the first nail salon that we saw, and me go in there, and as me go in there, everybody start looking for me, and I'm like, "Ooh, okay."
Girl, what kind of
And
fun?
I was like, hi, who I talked to, and I talked to the girl over there, so I said, okay. So I go over there and sing, and them say, yeah, I soon come, whatever. That soon come, they must turn in like 2 hours of waiting alone.
You are better than
I don't
me.
know why I didn't get up and go. I don't know why I didn't get up and go,
Girl,
but I
how you
stayed
always
anyway,
start,
got the
it
nails
feel
done.
even more awkward to leave. I don't know if that's just
I
me,
just
but if
get up
I'm
and
already
leave. Like,
inside, I feel trapped until I get my service. I don't want to just leave. It feels
this is
awkward.
me.
I can't manage. So
This
I will
is
sit
me.
down literally, even though I'm looking at you and I'm saying, girl, you should have left. I would literally be the person who's sitting there for 3 hours and wait. I mean, I'm totally the girl who gets the service done and I don't like it, but my dad send up my car. I don't want to upset the body. I'm going out of the car and then I start rant about it.
That is
No.
me.
I'm awkward,
Girl,
girl.
that's literally me.
My next thing though is I don't like going to you're the service provider and I feel like I'm begging you to give me the service. Like I'm not paying you. Girl, is this not a place of work? I will I'm gonna like that. And then I'm really awkward. So if I can get my service done without you talking to me, it's not because I don't want to hear what you're saying or because I'm rude. I just I don't really know you, so I don't know if I'm allowed to take out all of that.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
just
I understand. I understand, and it was the same thing for my nails and hair. By the way, that story. By the time I got back to campus, one of the nail them drop off. So that's why I was so mad. One of the nail and me, Kareem was like, "Go back to her, make sure fix it." I said,
You said
"What?"
that was Kareem's problem. That was Kareem's problem. He ever want to put up quarrel and fight? No.
Him
Mm-mm,
always want to do it. So,
mm-mm.
but say you say it's fine, and I just make it go. You see me? And that is that. And I talk about convenience because obviously that's you spending a little more money for convenience. And to me, I was always like trying to do things the cheapest way possible. It's just because obviously I never grew up with money, so you always try to kind of save what you have and just use what you have to use. But I mean, with my hair now, I live near a lot of hair salons, but I still go to my hairdresser from when I was up at UE because the space is
You're the
very
guy that's with the
welcoming.
salon. I bet you hear that.
Yeah, like people, I'm not rich or nothing. No, I don't rich. I don't rich, but when I tell you about convenience and just wanting to feel comfortable, this is me maintaining myself. While I'm maintaining myself, I want to feel good. I want everything
Period.
right and everything nice. I'm not telling you something I take all the money to go do it. Me just budget out what me know me can use, I'm gonna go get it done. You understand? But yeah, girl, that's on me
I have
still.
a question
Convenience
for
all the
you,
way.
though.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question, girl. Do you think there's pressure on women to maintain? Do you think men maintain as we do? What do men do for maintenance? And
Mm.
you're here, and I know Chantal, our next team member, just joined, so like I'd love to hear her too on it. Hi, Chantal.
Hi guys! Oh, can you hear me? Oh my!
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna just answer this real quick. I know I'm probably breaking up. Right? Oh, not hear me.
We are.
Oh,
Girl.
okay. Maintenance. Men, yes, men put a lot of effort into how they look and how people perceive them. Prime example, the beard and the haircut. See when the beard and the haircut, don't play with them. If they cannot get that point to go to the bar, them feel defeated. Them feel like they not look good. Them feel like you have to chat to them. And at that conversation today, I was after hearing the men talk about it, and we were having that maintenance conversation. And they were like, listen, if the hair cuts and line up, feel good. Especially those that are married, the wife wants to see them look good. Meet him look good, you must continue to maintain.
Period.
So I do know that is something that they take seriously. I'm not really sure about one of them with the manicure. I'm not really sure about that part there, but the smell good too. The smell good, the fragrance, cologne is a key thing
I
for them.
love a man who
Maintenance
smells
thing.
good.
Man must walk past you and smell good in your muscle. Linger.
Must walk past and smell up your
That's my
nose.
favorite part. That's my favorite part.
Is
I'm not gonna lie.
So it's then based on what you're saying, because you said some mostly married men, or you said something about married men. Is there a part of maintenance that should be done for other people, or is it supposed to strictly just be for you and your own pleasure?
Is it a me? Yeah. Right? Me ask.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, in an infernal thing, maintenance is a self thing. It's a me thing. It's what I want. I look this way. I'm gonna continue to put that because I mean it gives you a boost of confidence. If you look good, you present yourself, it just automatically say, yeah man, somebody else will identify, say, that girl look good, that guy look good. I want to be in their company. I mean, it sets a standard for yourself. And then when you get a partner, if you get your partner for understands it. Maintenance, you pick me up as a hot girl, I shall continue to be a hot girl. You pick me up, as a, little, normal, I want to level up. Then we have a conversation about that. I don't think that a woman or a man should depend on their partner to continue that phase of maintenance. Yeah. Or is that self thing?
I know Chanel I go want to answer this. But
Yes,
for me,
Answer.
we look here, we go over this already. I personally don't feel like why do you laugh up at me? I personally just don't feel like say there's a problem if a girly one gets up and say, for example, like this is a whole just scenario kind of vibe. If you have your say your husband birthday come up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you go do a little maintaining and whatever. You do what you do every month. But
Mm-hmm.
because of this, for example, special occasion, birthdays are special. You know, I know my husband really loves when my hair is like this. Let me go do this. Or I know he likes when we do French tips or whatever with my nails. Let me go do that. Is that so wrong to do? Me not see nothing wrong with that. Me not say I get up and I do it for him every month, but me just feel like say when a nice little time come around for a little special occasion, nothing is wrong if you do something that he would like. So
I
yeah,
think
una name me up now. Una name me up. Come here, name me up.
Stuff.
Make
We're
me
never
eat some already. Me can't. Yeah, me really want to know things. Yeah,
gonna name you, girl. But
but
I feel like in a roundabout way, you're still doing something that would make you feel good. If you're in a relationship, to make your partner happy makes you happy as well. So it's still kind of
Yeah.
for you. And I'm never going to tell anybody that if they want to maintain for somebody else, they can do it. Do it if you want. Me personally, you know. But I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. But at some point, it should be about you as well,
yeah,
if that makes any sense. So if you're just maintaining a certain thing for somebody else, then hey, that doesn't feel and sound right because that person can leave, may leave. What then? So I think Chantal said it in her thing where she was saying it's about you and it's about your own journey. So that's me, I'm maintaining for me. If at some point somebody else factors into that, then yeah, sure. But it is predominantly for me. That's just me though. That's just me.
that's fair.
Okay, ma'am. I got it. I got it. Let because we do have our amazing guest who would be on in like literally a couple of minutes. But I'm excited for this conversation. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I am so excited. But
Excited to come in and them.
and you did ask if men
will be using them.
wait, come on, wait, you say Chanel?
Or guest has a skincare line.
Oh yes,
And
yes,
I
yes.
love skincare. So I use a few of the products, y'all. So I'm happy and excited to see her.
Aww.
Love that. I love that. I love that. All right. So just closing out or taking it out the group chat segment. I think I want to ask you know, both Chantal and Chanel, maybe like a 30 seconds, like what advice you would give to women who are either shy or uncomfortable kind of discussing hygiene, particularly when we talk about even having a period. Because I feel like there's something that we never even touch on as well, because I feel like during that time, there is another type of maintenance as
Mm-hmm.
well. We never really touch on that, which I feel like that's something we definitely need to talk about. But yeah,
Mhm.
people who are seeking advice on that, or who are shy and uncomfortable to discuss that kind of thing.
My thing is, it's natural. It's natural. Not every human being goes through it, but half of the entire population either going through it or has gone through it at some point. There's nothing to be ashamed about. I don't know about y'all, but when I was in high school and you used to be on your period, you have to change your pad or whatever. I would hide my pad. I went to all girls school, y'all, so
Same,
no guy around to
Same.
be ashamed about. But I used
Same.
to hide. I used to be when I went into the bathroom. If I saw people, I would have to like wait until they all left. I didn't want anybody to know. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It is 100% natural. Best
Mhm.
believe there should be no stigma attached to it. You do not need to buy
yeah,
into the stigma that is around. What I would say though is that I wish they told us that caring for your body during that time is way more than just wearing a pad, especially when you get
yes,
older.
yes,
There's a lot
Yeah.
of other things that you need to be doing to
Mhm.
ensure that one, your pH is okay, your smell goes back to normal because it's a particularly strong and unique smell.
Yeah.
So I wish more of that was included when we're in high school, so you knew that okay, at some point it's more than just the pad. But there's no stigma, babes. Do what you have to do. I mean, I used to be so embarrassed if I even had a stain. Y'all, it was really, really bad. If
Yeah, that's
I would
like,
ruin my whole day.
yeah, it's like the worst thing that could ever happen to you. It's like you just
Embarrassed.
want to sink. It's like you just want to sink in the ground. I mean, I went to all girls high school as well, and when that time of the month came, it was just like, how am I gonna function for the next 5 days? And I was in boarding. So that was another thing. And then you're like, you don't want to be in the same space with other people. You just want to make sure so you have that one friend who can tell us, say, listen, your clothes are right, my clothes look good, no spots, no stain, and that kind of thing. But I think if they taught this menstrual, it's just the small detail about menstrual education. Yeah, if you want to say that in here. I think a lot of us would be a lot more confident during that time, because the
Mhm.
truth is, when you're on your period, I mean, as a young girl, that's time when you just want to hide. You don't want nothing to happen. You don't want to be in a space where the possibilities of leakage to happen around other people, the embarrassment, and you feel like, listen, I need to disappear. But I want a young girl out there to understand that it is totally okay. So many persons go through it. We might have different times and obviously the length of time, but
Mhm.
it is fine. And if you need some help, you just get some medical attention. Sometimes it might be something that's very internal, some serious things with the pH balance. Just find out what is happening and
That's a
talk
show
to
that we
somebody.
need to have again. How
Have
many
a
shows are we
conversation.
planning in just one session, y'all? So many different shows. But that's something we have to talk about
yeah. There's
because
so many different
Yeah.
things that we have to talk
when you
about.
see a woman in public, y'all, I wish more people understood, more women especially understood. If you see a woman in public and she's messed up, even if you don't know her from anywhere, you can say
Be
something.
kind.
You can say
Be
something. And it's
kind.
not even a joke. It's nothing to ridicule her for. You can just say something.
No, not necessary. Mm-hmm.
It's when ladies messed up and the next woman I laugh like, girl, you don't walk this road. Anyway, I know you said it's 30 seconds. I'm not gonna take over the thing, but be so serious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. So, of course, a lot to unpack, a lot to talk about. But of course, people, we're here all the time. We're here every Wednesday. We'll have some time to do it. So we're gonna plan those shows and ensure that we jump back on. But it is time for me to
Woo!
introduce our our special guest for this evening. And I'm really excited about this conversation. I would have said it earlier. our guest. Before I let her come on to the virtual stage that we have here, I'm just gonna introduce her a bit. So Kasey Graham is a businesswoman who values family and believes that pursuing one's passion eliminates the notion of work. As an entrepreneur, she's involved in multiple ventures, people, including her marketing brand, Kaliber. I need to ensure that I'm pronouncing this properly. LLT and skincare brand, Bali Skin. I get it right? I feel like I get it right. Great. All right. Her focus lies on promoting self care, self love, and unity among women, creating an environment of positivity, peace, and harmony in all aspects of her life. Of course, this is somebody who is doing a lot of great work in Jamaica. So when she comes on the screen, I'm gonna let her just talk more about the other work that she does. So just help me to welcome right now to Woman Up, Kasey Graham. Yay! Like everybody's clapping, y'all just can't see it. Putting that out there. Hi, how are you?
Hi, hello everybody. Hi, Shiva. I'm doing good. I'm so excited for this
I'm
podcast.
really, really happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for coming. So I want you to just tell me a little bit more about you. I know you're a businesswoman, but like what else do you do and what have you done, in your life so far?
All right. Well, first of all, as I said before, thank you so much for having me. Like it's literally a pleasure. And just that fact that you guys thought about having me on here is just like definitely heartwarming. And I mean, I have a lot of growing to do. I'm someone who, as you mentioned in the bio, very passionate about what I do, but I do know that there's a lot of growth to be done. So far, it's really just like finding the passion of marketing from a younger age and just deciding to let that be something that I do for the rest of my life and finding different ways of incorporating marketing to, I guess, my financial career. Starting from university, majored in economics and marketing, and then did a lot of, I guess, what people would call freelance work. But freelance, even I think that's where I met you, Shiva. I did like UCA and other things like that.
Yes.
I literally remember the first time I met you. I met you at a UCA conference at Pegasus, and I think we were dancing to some song on the job, but I just love Aishiba's work ethic. She's a woman for the woman, and I love that. But yeah, definitely marketing. I've always been like going to marketing classes, even when I didn't major in marketing, and I did just major in economics. I was going to marketing classes because I just loved it so much. And then doing freelancing at UE and stuff like that kind of started the love that I had for it, and then I kind of moved into working for agencies, and then moved into creating my own things. So I kind of slide through, developed a lot of experience along the way. So my resume list tall, and I used to work for free even just
Period.
that experience, just so I could build that experience because I know that out here in Jamaica, like you could have a degree, you could have 1000 degree, but if you don't really have that experience, then really nobody cares. So that's definitely something that I prided myself on, ensuring that I got the experience that I needed to become what I want, I guess. Anything else?
Great.
I think I mentioned in the bio as well about charity. I tried to do some charity from I think UE as well. Call it the Pixie Initiative, where I just worked on finding unique ways of uplifting the spirits of young girls in homes and showing them how much more they can become when they focus on maintenance and self-care and loving themselves and accepting themselves for who they are regardless of their circumstances. I'm not sure if there anything else you wanted to touch on.
I absolutely love that, and I do love your work. You're amazing. Just put it out there. You're absolutely amazing. Your work is great. And here at Woman Up, we're really committed to empowering women. Like that's what we do. And so are you. You're literally doing the same thing. So I want to know from you, what was your motivation for wanting to help young women, and how did you know that that was something that you were genuinely interested in doing?
Okay, so growing up, I had a lot of, I guess, women around me. I had a strong mom and my sister as well. So growing up, I was always like, and I used to just admire women. Like I used to admire strong women. I used to admire my sister, her friends. Like it was just like me looking up to women a lot and just being like, wow, I want to be strong. I want to be successful. I want to be gorgeous. I want to wear heels. I want to wear makeup. Like I've always grown up like that. And then as it relates to like the empowerment, I did have a mom that was always supportive, always, showing me the best versions of me and how um, just being a woman is just important and the different ways of just being empowered. And then my sister, teaching me positivity and strength. And then I think as it relates to my charity, that came through having a cousin that was actually in the home. She was adopted from my aunt. And just hearing the stories that she went through, she was so beautiful. She's a beautiful young girl, but hearing how insecure she was and how, like, it was just so sad. And hearing the stuff that she went through in the homes and stuff like that, it kind of touched my heart because as I said, growing up with that love for inspiring and aspiring to be like the best woman I can be, it's just like hearing those things from her used to always like break my heart. So I remember she had to go back to the home after my aunt adopted her, and so she had to go back to the home. And I think after she went back, like her face started to break out, her hair literally started falling out, everything just started going terrible with her. Like everything was just like a downhill from there when she got back. And she would tell me the stories about my mother there, Pixie Initiative. She would tell me the stories about the stuff that she had to go through, and I just knew I wanted to help. I knew I wanted to find some different ways, and I just knew that with her, if she had loved herself, and if she had put a little bit more care in herself, and the thing is, they don't know how to, and they also don't have the supplies, they don't have the resources to do it. So that was something that the Pixie Initiative, which was the name of my charity, did, was just finding they call it sponsorships from different like hair stores, clothing stores, and they'll get like brand new items like really good hair supplies or skincare products and clothing, just to let them feel good and to look good and to put a little more effort in their appearance. So yeah, that was kind of where it stemmed from. That was the motivation.
I'm not even going to lie. That's really inspirational, and I feel like that's so beautiful to hear that that's actually the story of how you started your brand. Like that's pretty cool. And what I want to know from you actually is how when you started, we know that creating, for example, a skincare line, it is no joke at all. I know there's a lot of work. I know there's a lot of trial and error research. But what kind of research and testing did you do before actually launching the project, the products?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I just started with Bali, um, it was during the pandemic. So the main aim for me was mostly marketing. It wasn't it was probably like 50% experience for marketing and just deciding to take my marketing to the test. And probably like 30% finance, because obviously it was during COVID. I didn't have any money. So being able to, have money and being able to finance myself, and also, I guess, wanting the rest of the percentage would be wanting to just have a skincare line because I like skincare. So I wanted to do something for, what I like. I wanted to do, as I said, if you be a passion, it really works. I wanted to do something that I liked, and that was skincare. So what I did was in the initial stages, I was young, much younger than, it was probably like 3 years ago. And I used to mix a lot of like natural stuff, so like oils and butters and stuff like that for my personal skincare. So what I did was I tried to, I decided that, since I'm already doing this for myself, why not try to do it and sell it to my friends, sell it to people that I have on my Instagram page that are following me? Why not decide to just create some stuff and actually market it to these people? Because I can market. I think I can. At the time, I was just like, yo, I can market stuff. So why not just create these stuff and then market it? There was not much, I'm going to be very honest, in the initial stages, there was not much series of going through, what do you call it, companies and all them stuff. There, like, it wasn't that deep for me, because I was just like, I don't even know if this thing is going to even work. I don't even know if anybody's going to buy my stuff. I'm just, testing and trying. So it was afterwards, and I realized that things blew up and people were actually supporting and people actually loved the stuff that I was doing. I was just like, okay, maybe we can get this registered, maybe we can do a little thing, maybe we can, go a little larger on the scale. And yeah, that's where it went. That's where it came from. But it came from very humble, like still very humble, but it came from just like a bit of thought to say, maybe I can do something during the time that I'm at home all the time, not doing anything.
I really like that. Again, very inspirational and just motivating. And again, I know just even creating a business or coming up with an idea, and especially with something like creating a product, which this can make or break you, girl. Because if this not do good enough, and people realize that boy, this not do good,
We went
girl.
through it, Shiva, we went through it. Like literally every, like I've been through the ups and downs, but the thing that held me together was the fact that all my products were natural. So it was, I've never encountered a case where, my skin is literally like I'm battling with my life here. No. It was more so probably, sensitive skin, allergies, different stuff like that. So I learned that, certain things I have to probably put on the label, allergy warnings, different stuff like that. But nothing was ever life-threatening. It was mostly, sensitive skin, certain things don't agree with certain persons. So there was a lot of little stuff like that. So over time, it got a lot better at, consulted with, they call it skincare specialists. I consulted with cosmetologists. I consulted with chemists. I did like a lot of those little things to try to formulate stuff that I knew would work for like different types of skin types. So now it wasn't just creating a general product. It was creating different products for different skin types. It took a lot of research, a lot of everything. At one point I had to break and come back, and it was just a lot happening. But I think we got to the place where I stopped getting issues. And everything was just smooth sailing. And it wasn't a case where I was getting a lot of issues. It was a case where there was always that one person. But it didn't matter to me. It's just like one person is just way too much already. I don't want anybody. Like, for me, I'm a perfectionist. I don't want nobody I have no problem. So if one person comes to me, is like, we just want to stop. And I'm just like, no, we don't stop. We fix things. We find solutions. And we move forward. So, yeah. I went through the trials and tribulations.
And when you were going through some of the challenges that you had, especially like in the earlier phases of creating your business, and even with everything else that you had going on in your life, how exactly did you stay motivated and really focused on your goals? Because girl, you could have locked this down and say, all right, this now work out.
Oh my God. I'm very self-motivated. I pride myself on that. So I'm not really motivated by external factors. So for me, I think somebody had asked me this before actually, and it's just like, I actually think a lot about what I want. So it's a lot about what Kasey wants and where Kasey stems to go, and the journey that she's on. So for every step of the way, it's always like, Kasey, you want to quit now, but what if you don't? What about like, what if 3 years, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, or 5 months down the line, this actually blows up? I don't know if I can curse. Let me not curse. This actually blows up. It's something that motivates me to push forward. And the thing is, I know what I want, and I know that in everything in life, there's gonna be like setbacks and there's gonna be problems. That's something that I know. I know that there's people out there that they're demotivated by failure, but for me, failure is just like, when I fail, I just feel empowered. I don't know, it's so weird. Like, I genuinely feel empowered by failure, and it's just like, I feel like something like this has to happen for me to move forward. When I see something failing, my initial instinct is to think that something really good is coming, like a blessing is coming, and I generally move 2 steps forward. So that's kind of how I look at life, and failure holds me back for like 2 seconds. Literally, it's probably like 2 seconds of, oh my god, what just happened? And then we're on go mode. I'm very solution oriented, and I don't know, it's just, that's kind of my motivation to just move forward. Just knowing that at the end of the day, when all things go down, there is always my path. It's already set out, and I just need to get it back to get it. Because nobody else might get it for me. So
I really love that, mainly because I'm really an intrinsically motivated person as well. But just listening to you speak, it's beautiful to hear your outlook on things. One of the biggest things I realized just with young women in Jamaica is, one, we're lacking confidence. Like, we're lacking confidence, and that's something that we genuinely need to work on. And two, it's just failure. When we think about failure, we don't want to try again, and we just call, it's like we're calling a spade, and we're like, all right, I fail, let me go wallow and ball and all of them things there. But your outlook on it is really beautiful, and it is what I want to see for other young people in Jamaica, for other young women in Jamaica. Not because, for me, I don't even think, to be honest, I feel like failure is not even a thing. And I feel like if we're going to define failure, it literally only is what it is when you stop trying. When you just
yeah.
completely give up
Oh
and don't want to
yeah,
do nothing and continue, that is
yeah.
what
That's
I
when
refer to
failure.
as failure.
Ooh yeah, that's powerful. That's facts.
Yeah, no, I
Literally
totally
put that
agree.
on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt.
Girl, by the end of the show, yeah, we're gonna have a woman up line,
It's so like a
clothing line.
t-shirt. I love that. Wow. No, that's powerful. That's so powerful. That's so powerful. That's so powerful. That's so
Yeah,
powerful.
man.
It's like, as you said, you don't fail until you give up. And I think that's so powerful. Like, and that's what people need to understand. And the thing is, failure is also not even starting. So sometimes a lot of people are so afraid to start that
Mm-hmm.
they already failed before they even started. And they have all these beautiful thoughts and beautiful ideas, but they're just, and for me, Bali was just a thought. Bali, the name Bali didn't even exist. Everything was just a thought, and I sat down and I scripted and I put started. To me, like, I was, when I started Bali, I was looking at $100,000 that I made in probably like 3 months. And for me, at that time that I've never had my own brand. I was in COVID. I had $0. I probably started Bali with probably like 5 grand. I swear to God, I never had any money. Bali was just like this little pebble when I started. And for me to look at my records, I think there was a time when I decided that I was gonna kind of start budgeting my records, because I'm just like, all right, things are, that money is coming in. A girl needs to start budgeting. A girl needs to start putting down her money and writing down her expenses and stuff like that. And when I did it, I kid you not, I went to my dad and I'm just like, this is how much money. How am I making this money? Like, I don't need it anymore. I'm an independent young girl. Like, it was crazy. It was so crazy because that, as you said, that was just a thought. That was just an idea. There's so many times I could have given up, and we didn't give up. We just pressed and we pushed forward. And the important thing is that we started, regardless of the fear that, this might not work out, this might not happen. You just have to start, and I think that's very important to do. But especially in our young generation, girls, men, you gotta start something. You gotta start somewhere.
I love that. And earlier we were talking about maintenance in with Chanel and Chantal. Um, and before we kind of dive into that, I want to know from you how your products address the unique needs and challenges of women in this part of the world. And I feel like this comes under maintenance as well, because I'll share something with you. When I thought about like skincare and all of them something here, to me, them never really matter. It wasn't really a thing. I wasn't really interested. But as I grew, I sort of started to understand even the importance of caring for your skin. You understand? So like, even putting maintenance aside, caring for your skin. I remember at maybe 16 thereabouts, I had some spots, like some eczema spots just started coming up on my chest. And I was like, what the actual hell? What is going on here? And even then, Casey, I did not take any steps to try to figure out what was going on, try to see if I could use any products. I really know. I mean, 22. I'm going to say that one may I win 16. Miss 22 now. And it's no me really I try to figure out all right how may I make this work. So I know that maybe a lot of people even listening right now have maybe problems with eczemas or acne and so on, and they use your products and it works for them. So do you actually have products that address those kind of issues, acne, eczema and so on, that young women especially in Jamaica may have?
Yeah. So, I actually recently I'm doing a whole rebranding of Bali, by the way. So I don't know if you've realized, but Bali has been closed for a little. So I decided that what I wanted to do was, because I wanted to go large scale, I wanted to do a whole rebranding for something that I thought would have been a little bit more permanent, and uh, formulating products that I wanted to like just be permanent. So I wanted this to be the Bali formula. Um, that because within the tenure of what we were doing before I started the rebranding, we did a lot of changes based on shifting of new information and different sources of information and different issues that came up along the way. We did a lot of reformulating of our formula and stuff like that to try to work towards getting, and that's normal. As a business, you start out one way, you grow and you rebrand and you formulate different stuff as challenges and things come by. So I kind of took a break to come up with something more permanent, come up with a whole branding structure that was a little bit more permanent. And right now, what I did was I have a line of products that fit every unique. I wouldn't say every. I think it's just like we broke them down into linoleic and non-oleic skin types. So it's like dry skin, oily skin, acne prone skin, aged skin, and sensitive skin types. So right now, I think the question you were asking was, how does the products help with persons with different conditions, I guess, within here in Jamaica. But it's just using natural organic products to treat the skin, because the thing is, when your skin goes through all these chemicals, all these I've been seeing like The Ordinary having one bag of different acid. Was really washing my face with Dove soap and God. You're seeing some of these brands coming up with all these acids and different types of things, that chemicals that you don't really know if they're good for your face. For like, it's good now, you see the changes now, but how does it look in the long run? How are these things really treating your face? Like, regardless of whatever you use, you always know that once you revert back to natural, and it has to do with food as well, it has to do with clothes, it has to do with so many different stuff. When you revert back to the natural way of doing things, you can guarantee that however your body heals, it will be the safest way. So that's what I kind of try to do with my products. I keep everything as natural as possible. Do a lot of research on natural skincare and natural skin health to kind of heal the skin, as opposed to treating it, but just like complete healing of the skin. And it's not necessarily something that's going to happen overnight, but it's something that will be a natural skincare process. So yeah,
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I feel like the natural way of doing things is always works out best in the long run. So that's something that I definitely wanted to embark on.
I like that. And on that note, we're gonna jump over to maintenance aspect of things now.
Right.
Because we've been having a whole heated conversation earlier. First of all, Casey, let me answer the question straight out. Do you think that women should maintain themselves? And we're not necessarily talk about personal hygiene, because people, you must bathe. Okay? I'm not gonna say it again. Please bathe.
You tell them.
Please wait, so I'm not focused on the aspect of things, but maintenance, maybe doing your hair, going to the spa, is that important?
Um, yes. Sorry, that is very important. Just give me 1 second. 1 second.
All right. So while we're waiting on Kasey just to jump back on, I, uh, she's back on. Yes,
Sorry,
girl.
I got a little disruption, but yeah, that is I 100%. You can't even ask for this. Self care is very important. Self care is on the top of my priorities list. I can't do nothing in life without self care. I just feel like, as I would tell anybody, your skin and your body, yourself, like you are your number one asset. Um, there is literally, like, if you don't take care of yourself first, who else are gonna do it? As you said, then who are maintaining my love? Like, it's I definitely think that self care is important. And when I hear some of the, I don't even ready for jumping there yet. When I hear some of the comments about, how much people are spending on maintenance and people dragging them and saying, why, like, to me, it's just like, you spend how much you want to spend. I mean, as long as you're budgeting for it, as long as you have it. But yeah, but
Chanel in the background, literally, like, period.
no, I just don't understand. Like, if you want to spend money on yourself, as long as, to be honest, like, at the end of the day, spending money on anything in life, as long as you budget right and you're not going broke, you're not emptying the bank, like, you're saving and you're investing still. Do what you can, live within your means, but I do think that maintenance is important. 100%.
All right, people, y'all heard it here. Cases of maintenance important. So this is what I'm not getting in your life or not. But I'd love to know from you, what does your maintenance routine look like? If you have one.
Okay, so I kind of did write down some things.
Hey, girl, come with the notebook. My kind of girl. Kasey seriously came with her notebook. And while we wait on her to just jump back on, to tell us what's in the notebook, Chanel, please jump on the stage with me, please. Girl.
The notebook tells me she really put that-
Kasey's back.
I want to know exactly what's in that notebook. Please tell me, girl.
Girl, what's in the notebook?
I'm just gonna skip to the part where I talk about my finance list. So I think earlier I heard you guys talking about hygiene, so that's definitely important to me. And hygiene, there's a lot of little things that fall under hygiene. So I like I don't even know if this is an every month thing, but I definitely have to stack up on, like, body washes, face products, perfumes, like changing out your toothbrushes, your toothpaste. I buy those little things. Your, what do you call it, your loofahs or your bath wash. A lot of those little things that, your mouthwash, your sanitary napkins, your tampons, all those things, so I have to stock up. They have to be, you repurchase the little underwear them, you have to walk up and with the holy underwears. Those are a lot of things that fall under the hygiene checklist, the hygiene part of things. Also, going to get your monthly checkups by your doctor, doing your 6 months teeth clean. Little things like that, important, very important. And then you also have the waxing. So for me, I definitely get waxed. But that is also a lot because I am prone to ingrowns. So I have to get waxed. But to each his own. You have the girl them with shave, you have the girl them with the other things. But, as long as you're taking care of yourself, either way, to each his own. Getting your hair done, nails done, clean up yourself. There's also, I had here the bi-weekly and monthly trips to the salon and the nail tech. I had here, prioritizing self-care products and stuff like that. Investing in financial literacy and financial education. So there's maintenance for me also falls into the knowledge. It's very important.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, definitely falls into the knowledge, the financial education. I also have friends because big up my friends that helped me with that as well. Financial education, knowing how your money work, knowing how to work your money, knowing how to invest, stuff like that. Um, so that's seeking advice, therapy as well. That's definitely something I want to get into, but that's something that I would say people should do. But I therapy in different ways. Um, but therapy would definitely be a part of maintenance. Going to the gym, getting regular, as I said, regular doctor checkups and health, drinking lots of water, eating properly, dieting. That's important. And yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, a lot of my little self-care stuff.
It's interesting that you brought up certain stuff though, Kasey. Like even going to the gym. We know that that's a big part. You know, you're exercising, keeping healthy, going to the gym, the financial literacy that you spoke about. Like it's interesting that you put those in maintenance because when people think about maintenance, them just think the hair and the nails. So I'm really glad that you brought a different perspective on things. So I want the young ladies who are listening now to understand that it's not just about the hair and the nails. So while that's about while that's important and that's a part of it, it's really important that even if you can't go to the gym, not me about to say jail. What is going on? Do
I
not go
Shiva,
to jail. Do not go to jail.
Do not go to jail.
Whoa, the gym, the gym. A lot of people may be sitting down and thinking, okay, you tell me all of this, but sis, me not have the money for all of them something here. How else can I, maintain myself and feel good about what I'm doing? What would you say to those people who are probably having that sort of thought process?
um, I mean, you don't have to work. Gym is just about working out, you know. You don't have to go to the gym. So you can go on your YouTube, you can buy a little yoga mat, or if you can't afford the yoga mat, you can just, use a mat we have in your house. And
Mm-hmm.
you go on your YouTube, you look up YouTube things, and you work out. To be honest, working, and not everybody has to work out. I choose what I do. If you don't want to work out, you don't have to. Working out is just, having your body goals and wanting to get there, but also I do see working out as a part of like physical health as well, keeping up with endurance and strength and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think it's a necessity, but it's definitely one of those things where you have a goal for yourself. You want to be stronger, you want to be more toned, you want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, you want to be able to be faster. I don't know, but little goals that you have for yourself, your maintenance list will line up with that. And on top of maintenance, as you mentioned, maintenance is not just physical. It's about maintaining your spiritual, maintaining your mind, your mindset. It's about, I had mental health, emotional health. That's also, I guess, where, what do you call that? Um, Therapy could come into play.
Yeah.
Maintaining all different aspects of you, emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, etc. Some people go to church.
I like that.
Maintenance as well. You pray. You do your morning meditation. A lot of other little things fall into maintenance. It's definitely.
And it's just working on the whole self then, because that's the whole self. That's everything that kind of makes you who you are. And I like
You
that.
mentioned as well earlier, maintenance though are expensive. It really doesn't. You don't even have to spend a dime on maintenance sometimes. As I said, it boils back down to your goals because, as I said, there's so many other ways. As I said, for gym, you have girls that will spend you $30,000 a month for them training and all sort of stuff. But there's other people that don't spend a dime on gym because they're working out in their room. There are always cheaper alternatives to get probably the same results sometimes. So you just have to know what you want and find or do your research to see the best ways to help you get what you want that fits your budget. So yeah.
And I will say, Kasey, that you did bring up therapy. Guys, I'm telling you, therapy is so important. I know a lot of people, especially in Jamaica, and just how we think and the stigma attached to just mental health on a whole. It's not so pretty here, but I'm telling you, if you're able to, and I feel like at least one time in your life, young women, go to therapy. If I just one time, I literally have been just one time. That's why I tell you. I'm not tell you say I'm fix. I'm perfect, But just I tell you say the therapy session was very therapeutic. Let me just put it that way. Because I had to now sit down and literally think about some things that were just deep down that I never thought about. But it's important just for my growth and everything. You get me? So I agree, girl. I agree. Got therapy. If I even one time. But we did mention earlier about the whole money thing. So we'll get back to this with maintenance. When we talk about money and how much we spend on it, does it really matter? Does it really matter?
Are we gonna tackle that, or are we gonna tackle the question that's asked here first? Are you
So
doing this?
you can go ahead and answer that one. So we have somebody who is actually asking on air if you know about cryptocurrency and stocks and them thing there.
Okay, yes, I know about it. Ask her if she knows about cryptocurrency. Okay, yeah, I do know about cryptocurrency and stocks. I don't have any stocks right now. It's definitely something that I definitely need to do a little bit more research on, and I know I have my reason why, by the way, but I do have some crypto right now. But yeah, I do know about them both. Definitely currently investing in cryptocurrency. But yeah. So
Love that. No, but it looked like say her last 99. It looked like say we forgot have one show talking about just the whole thing with investing stocks and so on. So
yeah,
that's something that we'll do. Thanks for bringing that up.
you can
But
hit up
on
her
the
loss. You can hit up her loss for the next guest
it
special
looks
guest.
so it looks so but on the same topic of the whole money thing, does it matter? I know you did talk a little bit on it earlier, but why it let me not ask if the money is important. Let me ask the amount, for example. Even if you are able to afford $500,000, is it really wise? Is it good to spend the whole of $500,000 on yourself a month? And remember, you can afford it, but is it wise?
That's something that my dad always told me growing up. The more money you make, the more you spend. That's just the bottom line. So if you don't have $500,000 to spend, but you're spending it, then that's a problem. You
Yeah.
need financial therapy, but because I think you have the woman that beg, borrow, and thief for do whatever they need for do, and you see them spending a bag of money on things that they cannot afford. That's a problem. You need help, but you do have as I said, the more you make, they say the more you earn, the more you spend. So I think I heard Chanel talking about convenience and quality and value. So for me, maybe a few years ago, I would not even think of ever doing volume lashes. Just for instance, I would never think, and I genuinely would never have thought of it. I was just like, $15,000 on lashes? Hell no, I would never do that. But you make more money, and you're just like, I like volume lashes. Why not spend it? And the truth is, there are people that charge less for doing volume lashes. I may not have to spend $15,000 on it, but it's just like the convenience of going to this specific place, the comfort of going to this place, how really nice the lady is. Those are things that I prioritize, and it's just like, I've been to persons that charge less, and I don't particularly get the quality of the service that I'm receiving from somebody that charged less for the service. So I'm just like, I can afford to spend this amount on the lashes to get the convenience, as she mentioned, the quality and the longevity of the lashes. So why not do it? I think you can look at me, and I may say, $25,000 is a lot of money to spend on the hair. But for instance, or keeping it local, Shensia is probably spending 5 times as much for the exact same hairstyle because she can afford to do it. And I'm not going to say Shensia is irresponsible for spending $100,000 on the exact same hairstyle I literally just got for like 15 grand. But she can afford to do it. The person is probably coming to her house. She's getting it conveniently done. She's getting it done by someone of quality, someone of status. You have Kylie Jenner, if we're going look abroad, she's probably spending $1 million for the same hairstyle, and it's just like, why? At the end of the day, people who can afford to do things, they want exclusivity. They want to know that where they get it done, the other people don't get it done there, because they can afford exclusivity. They can afford that lifestyle. So I don't think it's irresponsible. I just think people are going to do what they want to do. At the end of the day, you can't stop them. I do what I want to do. I don't want anybody stopping me from spending how much money I want to spend on whatever I spend it on. It just boils back down to ensuring that you are financially secured at the end of the day. You're not going broke. You're not going bankrupt trying to look a specific way. So that's it for me. The girl is that talking about they spend $70,000 on maintenance. I heard it and I'm just like, I don't get what the problem is. I'm not getting the problem. Like, why is this a discussion? If she wants to spend $70,000, let her spend $70,000. And for me, I just thought that the girls that were having a problem with it, it just was kind of, they were showing up themselves, which for me is just like, just don't have a problem with it. But people spend on what they want to spend. Don't show up yourself. Leave it alone.
I mean, and we did say it earlier, where I don't know, a lot of girls, I kiss my teeth because I see too much things on Twitter where people are talk about where them don't need to up them mouth and talk about it. Them just need to sit and move and go about them business. That's why I kiss my teeth.
But Twitter love the drama. Twitter is here for the tea. They love
honestly.
They love it. So they're gonna jump on it.
Honestly. So we're actually coming down to an end now. I know Chanel have one little game I think she wants us to play. Are we still playing that game, Chanel? Okay, all right, great. But you're gonna have to come on the screen and explain what this is about. So we're just gonna play this little game, and then that's it for today. So
it's a little gamey game. It's like a little bingo. We're gonna each have $500. And we're going to pick what it is that we would spend our $500 on for maintenance. So, here we go. Period. $500. Just $5.
500 Jamaican, 500 US.
Exactly what I
I guess. Whichever one wants to spend. But
okay.
They have the prices there. So I'm not really so good on the maths. So, let me get my calculator.
Oh, me forgot calculate it.
Girl, I don't. $500.
Mama use my phone calculator. Ready? So you start because you start.
Not my calculator.
Because you know what we are doing.
Let me see. Okay. So I definitely have to get my hair done because if my hair's not done, I'm ugly.
Hold on. So what is shop? What is shop?
You know, maybe like you want a new all of them $500.
So we only have $500. Okay.
That's crazy.
I guess we can't get new clothes.
My money already gone up, you know.
Oh Lord,
girls, no. Mama really look on this.
I cannot do this. I need them all.
Yeah. Kasey, $500 loan you have to do it.
$500, okay.
$500 loan. People, y'all can let us know in the comments what y'all would spend your money on. But
so 500. So me here. So what we do?
Necessary.
So we have for those listening on radio, by the way, we have a bingo kind of graphic in front of us, and we only have $500 US because it could have never be Jamaican dollars. We have $500 to spend, and anything that you're going to get in terms of maintenance must add up to that $500. So I think Chanel have shopping here, and the shopping alone come up to the $500. So if you have a shopping, you can do nothing else. You have skincare.
New outfit.
That means you priority.
So the hair and your nails are going to want all something where you have in your closet because that's I forgot go on.
I mean, you have to know your pocket, you guys.
Listen, elimination process.
On it. But
Look here, remember come here, 150. How much that? That's a $400 already? Ma done.
I'm gonna do
Ma
the
done.
year.
you want to spend on Aishiba, or you forgot already.
Ready.
I think I'm done.
So, all right. Kasey, you go first then.
I think I'm done. Yeah, 1, 2.
Okay, mine will be short. I am maxing on. I'm maxing on the shop.
Wow.
I would have never expected you to say that.
Wow.
Things
I'm max
like
on the shop because I feel like one, my clothes can mask everything else. Two,
Okay.
I think I can do my own hair, or I can probably get my hair done for free somewhere. But I think I can do my own hair. I can, you said take a hot bath. I can do my own little facial, but I'm not gonna have no products with no facial. Just probably use some, natural stuff. I can do my
Bali
own
products.
skincare.
period.
There we go, some Bali. And I don't think I can shave my brows. Lashes don't have. Lashes is not a must. But yeah, and I'll just like
a long time.
I know how the hair removal thing. I'll just still clip up.
No, honestly, Kasey, her mindset or her thought process rather is so interesting because I would have never thought that that's how she looked at it at all. She said, "Oh, here we can probably get that free somewhere." Period. LOL.
Seriously,
Honestly. What is it, Chanel?
I wonder if Chantal about our list already because Kasey come on flap we should say.
Come girl, come. We can go ready. Me do me hair. Me hair have to do. My nails have to do.
Okay.
And then skincare. So you say clothes now. Clothes I forgot happen next month.
Yeah.
This is a monthly thing.
This is a monthly thing.
Me don't know it. Me don't know. Me take it for me a monthly thing.
I think I renegotiate every month, but this month I that shall spend fun. Period.
Yeah.
Okay, clothes can be next month. Fair point.
Who else? Who next?
Girl, you stole my answer because that's literally what I'm spending money on.
But and that's fine.
Done, y'all. If my hair is not done,
No.
flap me in the dance. I love to get my nails done. That is so therapeutic for me. And then skincare, I have to do it. And then taking a long hot bath is free. So I guess I have a bath and I have hot water in my house. Hopefully my closing door party. Now the shop. Girls and lashes again. I'm no need for the that. Wax, I'm no need for the either. Exfoliation I would have loved to have done.
But
Never have the $20. $20. I would have loved to get a facial and a
You
massage,
can
but
exfoliate next month.
wow.
me and the dead skin right to next month because I have to do my hair and my nails and my skincare. Jeez, who would have did love to have an extra 20?
And we're not gonna borrow. We're not gonna borrow.
No, do not take out no loan. Give me my money back. Please remember that, people. You know what? End up on TikTok with your picture out there and I say, please give me my money back. We don't want that.
I am open to lending someone $100 with interest for next month. So you can borrow $100 from me. Pay back the interest.
You can't trick me. You can't trick me.
Get your skincare done. Just come back with $150 and give it back.
Kasey, you can't trick me.
You cannot trick me, girl.
No, she's being honest and she's just being a kind citizen.
But what she
I'm
gonna
just
do?
be kind.
Exactly.
Oh,
You can't understand kindness, you know, see kindness, you know. When you look on Kasey and say kindness, they're right on her. Right on her.
But Chantal, what about you though? Where you spend on my love?
You see them something here now. You don't know, so it's neither here nor there. You don't know, so this the
I know you're going to save your money, you know.
Yeah, because when you know me, can't bother for go lactation for go lock my ear ever so often. No, I'm not that girl. I'm free dread.
Period.
Not necessary. Yeah, it's unnecessary for me. Bros and lash, what me I do with that? We can't hardly see. What me I do with them? Then girls struggle for see. Can't do that. So the skincare, we want to work on that. So we're gonna pay attention to the skincare, and
All
we're gonna pay
right.
attention to the facial and the massage because a long time a girl want, you know. Yeah, man.
Nice.
So I have money left over for next month, next year.
Period. Period. I
Yeah.
love that. Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
see, most of we chose the same thing for real, cause that get up the
Yeah.
$500. But
I said,
ladies,
someone give me them $500 too. More could I do more?
If me did have an extra
LOL.
$500 with a shop still, because I mean, you
Yeah,
look good, you feel good.
some clothes.
All right. So that was our little maintenance bingo. Period. Love that. We are actually coming down to an end right now. And the last thing I have for you, Casey, before we end is what do you have to say to all the amazing young girls, young Jamaicans out there that are listening? Any words of advice? What you want people them know? No, hey, Casey, people. For the people who are listening, people, Casey have our book and she come ready. She have our notebook and she come ready. Period.
Hello. No, it's facts. I have to prepare. But I just think um a lot of like maintenance. I think initially we touched on it just for like a second, but confidence is very important with a lot of things in life. And I think the more we work on ourselves to get to where we want to be and to get to who we want to be, is the more confident we can be. Some people aren't necessarily, even though while self acceptance is fine, but some people just feel a little bit more confident when they're dressed a certain way, or when their hair is done, or when their lashes is done. I mean, that's human nature. As a woman, that's normal. So I just feel like confidence is important to. I think maintenance is important for confidence, and confidence is important to, I guess, be successful as well. Um, to be the best version of yourself. And for me, insecurity is inevitable. There are a lot of people out there, as confident as they may seem, they do always have some levels of security, insecurity, I should say. Them always have. Everybody always have that one thing that they're insecure about. So just always remember to work on yourself, and just find self acceptance, find self love, and if maintaining yourself, if spending whatever you need to spend, you don't even have to spend, but doing whatever you need to do to feel your best is important for your confidence, or to make you feel good and look good, then go ahead and do it. So don't let nobody tell you, say, you're spending too much or you're doing too much. As long as you can afford to do it, and as long as you're making smart decisions and spending wisely, then that's important. Nobody is 100% anything. Exactly. Everybody have them insecurity. So don't feel like you're alone in this world. The thing
I
is,
love that.
don't try to make it insecurity. Don't make it insecurity hold you back. Just, as I always say, everything in life there's a solution for. Find a solution, and just move forward. Don't let anything hold you back. That's that.
I love that. That's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Kasey Graham, all round superstar. Amazing. I really, really appreciated you saying yes to this, by the way. Casey. Like you never itch, we asked and she was like, I'm so honored. And we were like, oh, like, thank you so much for
I
just
am.
being
I am.
here. Thank you so much, man. And you have definitely you have definitely inspired me to want to use your brand, by the way. I don't know if nobody ever tell you, but you have this thing about you when you talk where I don't know if it's because you're so passionate about what you're doing, but I genuinely want to use your products and to kind of try it out and see what's going on like that, over there. So I'll link you, of course, after this to see, how we
Okay.
can do that. Yeah, man. But thank you so much again, Casey. We're coming now down to an end. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Chanel, big up yourself. Chantal, big up yourself. I want to thank all my other Woman Up team members for just being an amazing team, for doing great work. We have a surprise coming up pretty soon that we're going to be sharing. And I'm not gonna say nothing on that yet, but I have a little thingy for the community. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody. Thanks for joining week after week. I really do appreciate it. Again, for all the new listeners, this is Woman Up. We are a community of young women who are literally just learning and growing together. We understand that we don't know everything. And so we're just trying to create this safe space where we can help each other navigate what womanhood is. And we know womanhood is a lot of things. You understand me? And we're just trying to help each other through that. So for all those who are new and you're not a part of the community, please follow us on all platforms. You can see it on the screen. And for all our listeners on the radio, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Woman of JA. Thank you again so much for being here, and do have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye, Woman Up.
Bye, guys. Bye,
Bye.
Shiva. Thanks for having me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.